everybody. It is such a pleasure. Oh, you're still going. Oh, keep it going. Okay, no, I'll stop. I'm getting way too excited. Welcome, everybody. I'm so excited to do my solo with you tonight. It is Creampie Clarity, and I'm going to get to know you guys a little bit first to get everyone feeling a little bit comfortable. You're probably going to feel uncomfortable. But the idea is I'm going to be telling you everything about me, so let's balance that shit out just a little bit, okay? Just a little bit to make it fair. I will straight up say that there is a crazy gender imbalance tonight, and I take it as a compliment. But where are my lesbians at? Come on! But that's okay. That's okay. I have one friend who would never have sex with me, I assume. So at least that makes me feel better. And and the rest of you, I'm gonna get to know. So a few people have come to my shows before. I know Antonio. Thank you. Moritz is my friend. And then we've got a bunch of new faces. You've been to my shows before?
Yeah. First time.
It's the first time. You look very familiar. Are you? That's a compliment. I don't know. Are you German, sir?
Yes.
Yes. German, and where are my other Germans at? Do we have any others? We've got Antonio and the whole back line here. Okay, that's cool. That's a majority of Germans. Everyone else, we're going to be okay. I think that we can survive this. Okay, so that line of Germans. Then we've got. Did I hear that you guys are Italian? No? Okay, someone misunderstood your language. When I say someone, I mean Moritz. Get it together, Moritz. No, whereabouts are you guys from?
Hungary.
Hungary. Okay, that's a very different language to Italian. That's what's going on, Moritz? I thought you were traveled. Okay, Hungarian. And are you guys a couple? Are you guys like married and stuff? Yeah. That was the joy radiating. How long have you guys been married? 13 years. 13? Oh, that's not that long, I guess, right? Can anyone beat a 13-year relationship? No, it doesn't look like you guys can. I just wanted to maybe involve you guys. Okay, 13 years married and you guys live in Berlin. Absolutely. Why do you love Berlin?
I don't know.
You don't know? You're not sure if you love, but you said it with such pride. You're like, yes, absolutely, we live here. Why do you stay?
It was a decision.
But okay, all right. Is this the same vibe with your marriage?
Actually, yes.
No. Actually, it's good to make a decision and then stay with it. I like to not do that. I like to dance with things a little bit. But okay, that's cool. So a 13-year marriage. Do we have anyone else who's in a relationship? Are you the person who's coming? Are they? No. You're just friends. You're just friends. Okay. That have sex sometimes. Or?
No.
Because they're not here. We can talk about them. So when they come in, we can be like, let's not mention what you said before. Okay, so just friends, and so you're a single gentleman.
I am.
You identify as a gentleman?
I don't know.
No, you don't know. Okay. All right, that's good to know. Okay, and then are you, sir, also a single German? You're single German. Okay, and then we've got. Whereabouts are you from? You're not German, you said. Where are you from?
I'm from India.
You're from India. Nice. How long have you lived in Berlin?
Been in 2 years now.
2 years. Okay, so still fresh. Our friend has arrived. Let's make some noise for our late friend. We've got a seat here for you. Welcome. We may have been talking about you. And really, you should say that to her face next time. No, that's an old one. No, lovely to have you. Welcome. Thank you for being here. You're balancing up the gender gap here. It's all right. We're safe. Okay, cool. So you're just friends. Are you also German?
No, Portuguese.
Portuguese. Oh, thank God, it's getting better and better, guys. No, I love you, Germans. Thank you for being here and letting me stay in this country as well. So Portuguese, India. Whereabouts are you from?
India.
India as well. Cool. 2 years. Can you do longer than 2 years in Berlin?
I'm not from Berlin, yeah.
You don't live here?
No.
I just got you on a visit.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Where are you visiting from?
I'm visiting from Stuttgart.
Oh, nice. No, that's good. So you're having a great time being out of Stuttgart? Yeah, that's cool. Do you do a job that you love, or is it just...
No, I do a job that I love.
Oh, that's so cool. What is it?
I work in finance.
You work in... You love finance. You love doing finance. Okay, so I guess we all like money. Very cool, very cool. Okay, Stuttgart finance, all right. And then you two boys, Antonio, what's something about you that I don't know? You like reading books. That's already on your dating profile, I guess. Are you dating someone, or are you? No, you're single. Do you work in finance? No. Oh, are you unemployed?
No.
Oh, hey, what a keeper. Okay, not unemployed, not in finance. What are you doing?
Service technician.
Service technician.
I pack and repair audio guides.
You pack and repair audio guides for like museums?
Yes.
Okay, that's pretty informative. Very informative. Okay, and someone needs to do it, and it's a bit boring, but it pays the bills.
Yeah, exactly.
But not as well as these bills.
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay. Well, I would guess. Not to be me. And look at what I do. I don't make it mine. Okay, but thank you for being here, guys. And then what about you, sir? Are you from Berlin?
No, but I work here as well.
You work here? Audio guide repairs?
It's getting a bit boring. I'm a service technician.
You're also a service technician? No, that's not boring. That's amazing. What are the chances? Two service technicians next to each other. What kind of things are you servicing technically?
The S-Bahn.
The S-Bahn. Oh, we are all very grateful that the gentleman behind you is doing this. We're all doing. Just get a little bit faster. Yeah. That's all we are. No. We appreciate your work. That's very cool. And then, okay, and so Hungarian couple, and then Portugal. I should get your what's your name? Dulce. And then what's your vibe? Are you hunting at the moment?
Hunting?
Yeah. Because you guys are not having sex. We found that out. Is that okay? Yeah. So you're hunting a little bit? Yeah. What's your preferred weapon? Conversation. Wow. Okay, so you get them in with some hotlines, and then it's all go from there. Okay, and you've lived in Berlin for a while?
Yeah, 8 years.
8 years. Okay, that is solid. That's not as long as 13 years. Oh no, they're like we are the veterans here. Do you guys have kids? Yes, the silent agreement speaks so much pain. But how many did you do? 2. Okay. You stop there. You're like no more. Okay. Did you do like the snip? Is that no? Okay, you don't have to answer that. So in terms of the solo, I usually check if everyone knows what a cream pie is. So make some noise if you don't know what a cream pie is. Yeah, okay, cool. I'll just clarify, my first solo was called Cream Pie Curious, and so I've named this pie Cream Pie Clarity, and so I use the term cream pie as a definition for, well, basically a cream pie is where we all come from. It's almost a pity that we have parents in here. I'm sorry, this is going to get uncomfortable, but in terms of a cream pie, obviously, the pie is mum, and the cream has just come. I don't say dad because we don't know whose cum it is. Well, we don't know. So cream pie clarity. So it is. I refer to cream pies as a nice way of referencing motherhood, and well done for your good work. So this solo is a lot about self-realization and within that motherhood. But I'll let you know, I actually moved to Berlin 9.5 years ago. So obviously with 9.5 years in Berlin, I at this point identify as pansexual. If you don't, they don't renew your visa. That's just a fact. Now, my visa is from Australia. You knew that. A lot of you probably read the event description. If you live in Stuttgart and do finance, yes. And my Germans, yes, thank you. I can't stereotype Hungarians, but still, just so glad you're here. Pansexual, and if anyone's not sure what pansexual means, it doesn't just mean that I am attracted to things that are heat resistant. No, it means I will fuck anything. Okay, that's what that means. Yep, kitchenware, whatever. So it comes from the Greek word. I'm sure you guys know that, pan, the Greek word, which is Greek for slut. So that's a sexuality I'm really comfortable with, but it wasn't actually Berlin that made me this way. Okay, it started way long ago in high school. Even as a young teenager, I was a bit sexually adventurous. Was anyone here a bit sexually adventurous in high school? Whenever straight men say yeah, I'm like, I don't know. Does a hand really count? Aspiring, but yes, I was pretty sexually adventurous in high school, and so in high school I was well known for being like a pretty big legend. Like I would go to parties, and after a few hours, I'd come back to my friends and be like, "Hey guys, I just kissed 4 girls and 3 guys," and they'd be like, "What are you, proud?" And I was like, "Oh, that's right. I have to eat the pussy to get the pride." Give me a minute. And I made it work, guys. I made it work. I got to school, and the thing is, word spread really quickly. Word spread, just like my legs. And I came to school one day, and everyone was talking about a website, that there was like a web page about me. Yeah, so obviously I rushed to the computer lab, because I'm that old that computers belonged in labs. A few of you here as well, thank God. And I pulled up this web page that had comment after comment about how much of a slut I was. Yeah, they didn't use the word legend. Yeah, very surprising. But I think the most shocking comment on that web page went something like, it said, "Anna is such a slut, her uncle got a restraining order against her." Yeah. How did they know? But the thing is, this all went down in this was like 2001, right? 2001. Was it 2000? Yeah, 2001. So it was like well before social media existed. You know, it was like 5 years before Mark even had the idea, and so that meant that in order for these people to cyberbully me, they had to learn JavaScript. Which is pretty flattering, isn't it? But it still upsets me today because my principal got the page taken down. And I'm like, Jesus, if that page was still live, I mean, all press is good press. Wouldn't need Instagram or anything. But so that was when I was like, that was like 2001, right? And I moved to Berlin, like 15 years later, okay, 15 years later. And by that point, I realized that I actually want to be, I want to be a mum, okay? I want to make my own little sluts. Let's be honest, slut's singular. I don't know, let's just one big old slut. She's going to be a handful, hopefully. And so realizing that I want to have a kid, right? It's not a very popular opinion these days. It was dus. Are you interested in procreating?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it like, are you working towards that?
Not really.
Not really. Nice. That's realistic. Are you? How old are you? Are you in your? Should I hate you, or are you similar age to me?
34.
34. Okay, all right. You're a sister. For context, I'm 38. So I'm old, but that's fine. Okay, so you're like, yeah, maybe I'll have kids, maybe, all right. So I feel like there's a lot of people that are like, whoa, like I'm scared of childbirth, right? And are you a bit fearful of it? For sure. Do you, Mum, do you think we should be? I shouldn't call you Mum. You're much younger than my parents. I'm sorry. May I get your name?
Barbara.
Barbara. Was childbirth scary?
Yes.
Yes, that was zero hesitation there, and you've done it twice. Oh, okay, yeah, no, it is, because it is this big thing that goes through our tiny tiny things. Now the thing is for me, honestly, when I think about that, that whole process, I feel like that's kind of what, for me, makes childbirth appealing. Because I love my pussy being destroyed. I don't know, like to have like my vagina and arsehole to become one. That's combining my two greatest talents. I mean, those powers combined, I mean, fire, water, earth, wind, heart, you know, that's... Sorry for bringing up any memories.
Go for it.
Go for it, okay, thank you.
You will definitely get it.
I will definitely get ripped apart. Yes! That's a promise, thank you. But they do say, right, they do say that when the two become one, that afterwards the doctor always stitches you up, and you're like, maybe not. Well, they stitch you up, and they say they will always give you like that extra stitch for daddy. You guys heard about the daddy stitch? Yeah, the extra stitch for daddy. Now, I think I would definitely want that stitch, but I'd also like a second stitch for the guy that I'm actually fucking. And I'll be honest, I'll take a third stitch as well for Simone. That's the name of my vibrator. Simone, I name her Simone after Simone de Beauvoir. Do we have any Simone de Beauvoir fans? Oh, I got some appreciation for that, yeah. If you're not super familiar with her, she wrote the manifesto, the feminist manifesto called The Second Sex. So I call my vibrator Simone because when the man comes first, she's who I turn to for the second sex. Now, I feel like some of you might still be a bit distracted trying to figure out how many stitches I actually want after childbirth. Like, how many was it? And I'll let you guys know that after childbirth, I actually want so many stitches so that every time I have sex, it's a breakthrough. You took that well, guys. You took that well. It's rough. It's very rough. Since I realized that I would like to mother a child, my dating life instantly transformed into auditions for dads, okay, which is not that sexy. And so I've done a lot of hunting, okay, a lot of hunting. Are you all organic, or do you also use the apps?
Now I'm organic.
Now you're organic, okay. So
For a year and a half.
for a year and a half. Oh wow, it sounds like a drug you've stopped using.
It was.
It was just this like, yeah. Well, it's a great way to get validation, isn't it? My opinion on the dating apps is that I'm a huge fan of the dating apps. Now, there's a lot of men in here. I assume that you all hate them. Am I right? It's right. It's like I think you have more luck getting a response from a therapist than on a dating app. Complicated.life, guys. If you want some validation, just request appointments from therapists. But I do love the dating apps for a few reasons, and I feel like one of the things is I feel like on dating apps I actually have standards. Yeah, you guys hate our standards on the apps. You're like, that's the problem with the apps. They think they're better than they are. Yeah. But really, like, and as you would guess, I am quite petty on the apps, right? Like, it takes me very little to reject someone. Like, I can see a guy and he can have his hair parted on the wrong side, and I'll be like, ugh, disgusting. And I'll be like, how dare the algorithm show me that? You know, like I'll be indignant about it. Whereas, okay, and so I'm that petty. But if I meet someone in real life and I have like this much chemistry with them, my standards don't exist. They don't, they're out the window, they're so far gone. Like, I can meet a guy in real life with chemistry and he'll be like, I work at a burger shop. And I'll be like, that's ambitious. And he'll be like, oh, I don't make the burgers, I wash the dishes. And I'll be like, you know how to clean? And he'll be like, oh, but I live with like a bunch of other guys, we share a room, I'm on the loft bed. I'm like, Yeah, that sounds like a party. And he'll be like, no, the people in my room are actually my children. I'll be like, I love kids. And then he'll be like, oh, but have you seen the huge Bart Simpson tattoo I have on my chest? And I'll be like, yeah, look, we all make mistakes. And I'm ready to make this one. Let's make Maggie. It's bad, it's bad. And so for me, in real life, meetings were so toxic that I had to stick to the apps. Badly. And love is blind, love is dumb. But one of the ways to protect myself a little bit more in real life, and also with the dating apps, I had to do a lot of soul searching, and I decided to 2.5 years ago I actually stopped drinking alcohol, and it's been 2.5 years, guys. No alcohol. Thank you very much. Thank you. Anyone here not drinking? Woo, Moritz. Yes, and is that a recent thing?
No, it's only for health.
It's only for health. You make it sound so much less self-determined. You're like, it's because the doctor told me. It's only for, okay, that got a little bit serious too. I hope you're okay. Is the no alcohol a good thing? Do you enjoy it?
Yes.
Yes? Definitely? Okay, that's good. Moritz, you're newly no alcohol?
Yeah, 2 years.
2 years? Oh, that's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's great.
It's great, right? It's great. And then anyone who's never drunk before? Because your experience doesn't count. Okay. That's so mean. But no, I'm all for, everyone has their different drugs that work for them. But for me, I had to stop drinking for a few reasons really. But the way I stopped drinking is the main thing, because I'm in bars doing this every night. A lot of places pay me in alcohol instead of cash. And that's fine, it's still very generous. But so my process for not drinking alcohol is threefold. Firstly, what I do is I prioritize sleep. That is a big one, all right? I really do let myself sleep as much as I need, no guilt. It's not depression, mostly. Then the other thing I do is I meditate. Meditation became really important to me, and around year 3 in Berlin, yeah, we can relate. But yes, so I meditate about twice a week. Okay, I only do about twice a week because I don't want to get addicted to that either. I know myself. And then the third thing I do is I do a bunch of cocaine. No, I'm joking, guys. It's not cocaine. It's ketamine. Okay, it's. And you look more judgy about that than the cocaine. That was great. You're like, oh. Have you done cocaine? Have you done ketamine? Have you done? No. Okay, and you're judging it all the same. Fair enough. Have you done cocaine?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Do you think ketamine is worse than cocaine?
Maybe.
Yes. That's. You're like, cocaine is cool because of Scarface, and ketamine is not because of England. I think that's generally how that works. I like ketamine. I used to say I don't have jokes about ketamine because it's just too good. But I do. So you know what ketamine is?
A drug.
A drug. Okay, that was. Sounds like I'm talking to my mum. So sorry, dude. No, I'll tell you a little bit about ketamine. So it is mostly known for being a horse tranquilizer, and we take it because we think we're massive. Nay. Really big, but it is a dissociative, it is a psychedelic, and in a lot of countries it has been recently certified as an antidepressant, and that's absolutely how I've justified my use. But a lot of people have quite correctly told me that my antidepressants probably shouldn't be snorted off my phone. In toilet cubicles. So part of the logic for me to stop drinking alcohol was I was inspired by Mount Everest, and I wanted to be more like Mount Everest, so that only the best could mount me. Then I'm peaking. No, but it's like Mount Everest. It's a big ordeal, right? And like if they don't make it to the top, right, frozen corpses. But at least they're hard. And best to come with a guide. Bring a friend. 2 for 1 is always good. And obviously the other element to it was I just really love snow. So now I talked about cocaine. You haven't done cocaine before. Any cocaine lovers in the room? Anyone love cocaine? Oh, we got some nuts in the back there. Yeah. All right. That's cool. But you still drink alcohol, right?
I do.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. That's when it makes sense. My idea about cocaine is that I feel like doing coke is kind of a lot like fucking your cousin. No, because like you would never do it without alcohol. And no one wants to hear about that habit. Just keep that to yourself. But I do. Ketamine is a psychedelic, right? And I do love psychedelics. Do you guys like psychedelics? Yeah, we got some nods here. Yeah, yeah. Barbara, what's your favorite psychedelic? LSD, shrooms. I love you guys. Your kids are gonna be fine. LSD and shrooms. And I love that you said shrooms too. Dad, you're the best. Okay, so yes, I love LSD, I love shrooms and ketamine when it's like, K-hole time, or as I call it, a K-holiday. But I think I love psychedelics so much because I feel like doing psychedelics is a lot like spending time with children. Right? Because when you get the dose right, you experience innocence and new perspectives. And when you get the dose wrong, it's a nightmare. So less is more. Now, drugs in general, though, I feel like drugs are very important to me. Drugs, I think, are very important to society. It just depends on how you classify drugs. But I feel like drugs are very important, and I feel like drugs are a lot like abortions. Yep, stay with me, guys. Stay with me. So I feel like drugs are like abortions because they're usually a bit tricky to find. Okay, like you typically need at least a couple of Telegram groups. And you get a counseling session you never asked for. Good. But also drugs and abortions, often depending on where you are, they're illegal, okay? So I think that might be the reason why, with both drugs and abortions, people get so judgy when you do them all the time. All the time. But I feel like drugs and abortions, I think we can all agree, drugs and abortions are they're both always a fun way to lose weight. Okay, it depends on the drug, it depends on the abortion, but you stayed with me on that, guys. Thank you. Thank you. That's lovely. That's lovely. So look, I don't think drugs are the answer for everything, okay? Obviously, in like finding a partner to have a kid with. The other thing after drugs that's important is therapy. Do we like therapy in here? Make some noise if you like therapy. Woo! Okay, that's pretty well-rounded. Very nice. I'm a big advocate for therapy. All of my exes have gone to therapists. No, like not because I fucked them, because I made them go. But I feel like therapy can start, like I started therapy pretty young. Okay? I don't know if anyone can beat me, but I started therapy at 15. Can anyone beat me? Videographer. Yeah, it's not cool. It is a red flag. But therapy at 15, I started because at 15 I also started my first job. I started working at 15. Did anyone else start working as young as that? Sometimes. What did you do, Charles? What did you do at 15? Or younger?
Before I was like paper routes, and then it was I waited tables. Yeah, like I actually didn't wait them. I took out and like delivered food.
Okay.
I didn't handle cash.
Oh, you weren't allowed to speak to them. You just delivered the plates. You were a runner. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Anyone else work young? Anyone? No? Okay. Privilege. No, come on, I'm from Australia, of course, I was privileged. But my first job was at KFC. Super not cool. Somehow at 15, I was like, you know what? I want more access to oil on my face. And I got it. Okay? I got it. Such a shine. I got that. I also got $5 an hour, and I got a 24-year-old boyfriend. Okay. The parents are a little worried in the back. Okay, now look, I was 15, he was 24, so I was very mature for a 15-year-old, and he was very young for a pedophile. Now, before you get any concerns, we never had sex of any kind at all. It was a massive bummer. He was a very inexperienced pedophile, okay? Very inexperienced. I refer to myself as his soft launch. But when my parents found out that I was dating my manager, they sent me straight to therapy. And the whole time in that therapist's office, I was just like, but he didn't even fuck me. The therapist would be like, show me where he touched you. And I was like, I'll show you where he should have touched me. Wow, it was so unfair. But look, so once we did a lot of processing of my regrets of that relationship, and then we moved on to talking about my dad, classic, and my abandonment issues. Now, when people often hear that I then was talking about dad abandonment issues, they think, oh, okay, maybe me dating an older man, I had self-worth issues. But honestly, looking at it, I was dating the hottest guy at my workplace who just happened to be 9 years older than me. All right, so that's not self-worth issues. That's too much confidence. And then also sometimes people hear it and they're like, oh, it sounds like you might have been trying to replace your dad. But I had and still have, an amazing stepdad. I love my stepdad. He is super close to me. He supports me in all the ways. We've always been close. He's wonderful. I'm just so lucky to have him in my life. And the more I talk about it, it kind of sounds like I was blowing him, which I wasn't. Not even once. He didn't even ask. He didn't. And I'll let you know he loves this joke. Okay. He's like, I'm so proud you include me in your work. He's a good man. Now, the next time I went to therapy after that 15-year-old love gone wrong, I went to therapy next when I was 21, after my first proper love of my life boyfriend attempted suicide when I broke up with him. Now, attempted. He couldn't get that right either. He's okay. He's totally okay, but it super fucked me up. It really, naturally, he blamed me for it. It was a horrible time for me, and he was a really, really special person in my life. He taught me everything I know about drugs. He was very cool, and so when that happened, aside from fucking me up a lot, whenever I would go out after he recovered, I would see him everywhere. I would think that I was seeing him everywhere, and it was kind of like he was haunting me, but he hadn't even properly died. So you like the dark stuff? Thank God. So then after that patch of time, I then went to therapy again when I got divorced. So make some noise, any divorcees in the room? Fuck, just me, really? Only one winner in here? Come on, guys. No, I guess I'm the only person here that's found happiness twice. So, So after my divorce and the excellent therapy I received, I moved to Berlin. Now my ex was a very successful Colombian musician, very successful, very passionate lover. By that I mean he was violent. So I moved to Berlin so I could date less successful musicians. Thank God for techno. So many DJs. And when I got to Berlin, I was like, you know what? I don't need therapy. I've done years of it. I've got my resources. I know how to look after myself. And after 7 years in Berlin, I was not okay. The ketamine stopped working. And to the point where an audience member actually referred me to a therapist. That's a line you don't want to cross. That's problematic. So this audience member, they're very, very, very generous of them. They referred me to the organization called BetterHelp, BetterHelp.com. You guys know BetterHelp.com? If you're seeing the ads, your algorithm knows you need help getting the ads. So I like BetterHelp.com for the name, okay? The name I think is wonderful. BetterHelp, you know, because it's better than struggling alone. But my approach to it at that point was much more like, ooh, this better help. And it did. And back in the therapy sessions, I had a lot of insight. I got a lot of clarity, and I realized that through all of my years of therapy, like the biggest struggle that I've had is to figure out what I'm passionate about, to self-realize. Like it took me all of my 20s to realize that my passion wasn't just penis. Wild. I thought that's what it was. I thought that's all there was. And I realized that in my 20s, instead of becoming the person I wanted to be, I dated the person I wanted to be. And in my 20s, I really wanted to be an asshole. Just so badly. And in my 30s, I started to realize myself. And I feel like in my 30s, I have become the person, well, the asshole I want to be. You know, I am wide open. And sometimes clean. Just sometimes. Now, in all my years of dating in Berlin, there were a lot. So close to 8 years of like solid dating. I noticed a lot of trends in the dating patterns. I like numbers. I like graphs. I just don't make money with them. And I noticed that the demographics of Berlin were changing, and my dating was showing me that. So as the housing became less and less available, like the number of software engineers that I fucked was just getting, it was insane. There was this whole new generation of men in Berlin, right? Like the old generation in Berlin, all of them were waking and baking, right? All of them were waking and baking. The new generation in Berlin, they were waking and actually baking. Like, who doesn't like sourdough? Now, like all of a sudden, I was waking up in beds with bed frames. Bed frames. Like I didn't have to crawl out of bed anymore. I got to step out with dignity. It was crazy. And so I felt like as the rents were increasing in value, so was the value of this pussy. And what I was hearing was inflation had never felt so tight. But one of the biggest differences was like the old guys, like the old generation of Berlin boys, if I didn't come, they would blame me. Right? These new guys, if I don't come, they blame ChatGPT. And that's what we want. That is what we want. Software engineers, hello. No, they don't use ChatGPT. They'll code something themselves. But I also noticed trends in my own dating. So I noticed that I had a huge trend with dating specific types of people, and then I have a very defined type. Now, single people. All right, we got some. I haven't spoken to some of you guys. All right, so let's yourself. So what's your name?
Manish.
Manish. Do you have a type of person you're always attracted to?
Yes.
Breathing. Would you like? What are some characteristics of the kind of person you're usually attracted to?
I would say intelligent person.
Intelligent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And blonde.
And blonde. That was perfect, dude. That was so good. I was like, what, you're swiping based on intelligence? I don't think so, sir. It's on blonde. Okay. So intelligent and blonde. All right, my thing is I have a huge thing for Spanish speakers. Yeah. Very often a German in the room will be like, I speak Spanish. I'm like, I don't mean like that. Not like that. Which is racist. But huge thing for Spanish speakers, like Spain, South America, Central, all that, and it makes no sense because I actually don't speak Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, but at this point in the game, I am pretty sure that she's fluent. Encantada. But I've been trying to figure out why I like Spanish speakers so much. What is it? And I dug deep, guys, in those therapy not therapy, on buses. But I really had to think, like, where does this come from? Why the Spanish speakers? And I thought about it. I was like, you know what? Maybe it's to do with the stereotype, right? That there is a stereotype about Latinos specifically, and the stereotype is, I think this is maybe why they're so attractive to me, that Latinos are notorious for always coming late. Because I need time for myself and wait for me. But also maybe it goes back to childhood. I feel like we're very much molded by our parents. We rebel against our parents subconsciously. And so I think maybe there was just only so many times my parents could say, "No way, Jose," before I would start saying, "Yes way, Jose." This way, Jose. Encanta. But I'll be honest, I don't discriminate. As much as there's been a lot of Spanish speakers, I'll say there's also been like a lot of people from the Middle East. All right, a lot of Middle Easterns. They don't always identify as Middle Eastern, but a lot of Turkish guys, a lot of Lebanese, a lot of Israeli. And I've been told that this trend is called falafel fury. I was told. I didn't write that. But that's great, man. Like, I want a T-shirt with falafel fury. That should be the name of a shop, right? I would eat there every day. I have. So, but there's got to be a connection, right, between the Spanish speakers and the Middle Eastern types, right? And so I thought about it. I was like, what is the common thread connecting all these people? And I was like, Spanish speakers, Middle Eastern people. I was like, okay, so it's not. And I analyzed it. I was like, you know what? It's not the culture, and it's not the misogyny. But what connects them all is curly black hair. So I've realized what I'm attracted to is pubic hair. I just love a big bush, you know. I'm just looking for a big bush, you know. I just want to exfoliate, you know. I just want to floss my teeth, you know. I just want to. I just want to feel less hairy. You know, I just want to vacuum every day. And you know, I just don't want to be the reason my shower is blocked. And it's worked out, guys. My search did work out. I through all of my hunting through I whistled there, through a dating app again. Through a dating app, I met my partner after 5 years of solid hunting, and you want to clap that? Thank you. That's very sweet. I met my partner, guys. Thank you. It's ridiculous. In this city, it does feel like something that should be congratulated. Now, the dating app that I met my partner on was Field. Make some noise if you don't know Field. Wow, I love it. It's always the majority, and they're not paying me for this at all. Okay, so I'll explain Field. Field is the sex-positive dating app. So it's spelt Field like feel with a D.
Of course.
Of course. It's because some of us are looking for that. There's some double D's as well. And it's sex positive, and that in the sense that like Tinder and Bumble and Hinge, if you mention anything too explicit about what you like sexually, they will ban you. And some of us know about that. Naughty boys. Okay. But with Field, when you sign up with Field, they ask you a bunch of questions, and my favorite question they would ask was, do you prefer 2 fingers or a fist? And I feel like some of you might be thinking the same thing as me. Why not 2 fists? Don't limit yourself. Reach for the sky. So I met my partner through that app, and it's not what you're supposed to tell your parents, okay? It's not so it's very kinky, but my partner we met so like 2.5 years ago, and I'll tell you a little bit about him. So obviously he is a software engineer, or the politically correct term I think now is neurodivergent. He's pretty special. I am too, but we're both on the neurodivergent spectrum, just like very different sides of it. But one of his things that he loves doing is he loves talking about computers in bed. Yeah, I do wish I was joking. He loves talking about computers in bed to the point that I've realized that he thinks to turn me on, he has to turn me off and back on again. And it works every time. I boot right up. Because I'm an apple. So hearing this, a lot of people think, oh, it sounds like he's German. But he's actually not German. He is Argentinian. So maybe still a little Nazi. Maybe. Like not like hopeful. Like I'm Jewish, so it makes it way more exciting in bed. Heaps more exciting. Now he also happens to be a lot younger than me. Like a lot younger than me. Younger than me. Something happened when I hit 30. All of a sudden, the men just started getting younger and younger. Have you noticed this trend? Yeah, we've got another pedophile in the house. No, sorry, predator. Predator is what we call ourselves. Yes. Yeah. How young have you gone? Oh, come on, show off for us. How young have you gone?
8 years ago.
8 years? Okay, that's pretty safe. That's all right. Yeah, my partner, he's actually 11 years younger than me. Yeah, yeah. So like totally legal, but still much younger. Like he moved in with me last year, which was very exciting because it meant that his mum said yes. So that was a win. And being that much younger, 11 years younger, like he is from a very different generation, right? Very different generation. So like he, for example, he grew up always having the internet, always had the internet, and also always had like some understanding of mental health issues. You know, I feel like our generation didn't get that. He's still, and so I feel like with the internet and mental health, like he's got this like deep ingrained understanding of the existence of hot MILFs in your area. And he worries about them, you know, like he's sensitive. Like I feel like that generation is sensitive, you know, like more sensitive than our generation. I feel like he senses things without me saying them. Like he sensed my fear of abandonment. Right? Like and he speaks to it, right? So like for example, whenever he goes to the bathroom, he says, "Anna, I'll be right back." How sweet, right? And then when he comes back from the bathroom, he says, "See, Anna, I always come back." Now some people have suggested that maybe he's treating me like I'm a dog. I'll be right back. But honestly, I feel like that comparison is pretty accurate. I'm his dog because I love playing catch with his balls. And honestly, like just like a dog, I think you guys might be the same, but like just like a dog, like if I could lick my own butt, I totally would, right? I totally would, but him being from that younger generation, he does it for me. But I think one of the craziest differences of his generation is that he's growing up with these really progressive ideas of gender roles. No, I'm joking, he's Latino. Not at all. And I enjoy that. But I like being barefoot in the kitchen. But when we were dating, like being so much younger, when we were dating, I think on the second date, I was really upfront with him, and I said to him, "Look, I understand that you're way too young." He was 25, I was 36. I was like, "Look, I understand that you're way too young to be thinking about having kids. So I've got a proposition for you. How would you feel about being my lover and my son?" And he thought about it, and he said, cool. And went back to playing PlayStation. It's like win for mummy. But now that he's my lover and my son, that means that now I am always disappointed in him. And being my lover and my son, that means that now when we make love, we can call it coming home. When we fuck, we call it re-entry. I haven't done that bit in so long. It's so brutal. It's so good. But some of you stayed with it, so thank you. That's lovely. So as much as I started off saying that I am pansexual, I am absolutely pansexual, but I have a very unfortunate predisposition towards penis. And I feel like heterosexual women are the proof that sexuality is not a choice, okay? That's really not a choice. It's not the safe option, being attracted to men. So speaking on the topic of heterosexual sex, which some of us in here have experienced, I'm not sure if this applies to male gay sex, but maybe it does. I feel like during heterosexual sex, though, there's always a point, or often a point, when the man is trying not to come, if he's a gentleman. You weren't sure if you were a gentleman before. Make up your mind. But there's a point where the dude has to try not to come, and to do that, he starts going through images in his head, right? He starts, we see it in all the movies, like Babe, and Schindler's List. But those images that he thinks of as he's trying not to come, I imagine those images to be things like grandpa's feet. Does that get you there quicker, or is that no? It's grandma's feet. Or maybe something like really hot soup. Maybe sometimes that tracks. Or maybe something like Soviet architecture. Like stuff that's strong, but it's not going to make you come, right? Now, and usually when he starts doing this, he lets us know by saying something like I'm close. I don't know. Flashbacks, ladies? Now, the thing is, whilst the dude is distracting himself from the orgasm, at this point, us women are doing the exact opposite. Barbara's like, yes, right? Like, we're doing everything we can to focus on the orgasm because we know we don't have much time. Right? Like, the countdown has started, right? Like we're closing our eyes, you know, like I'm directing my own porn film in my head at this point. You know, like I'm recalling every image I've seen of close-up penetration. And we're even saying affirmations to manifest the orgasm. Like affirmations like oh, you're so hard. Like, oh, you're so deep. Or maybe like, oh, wrong hole. I'm joking, that's never wrong. But like it's hard. Like the statistics say that it's very hard for women to come from intercourse alone, right? Like the orgasm is difficult. Like it says that 60%, only 60% of women can come from intercourse alone, right? And a lot of people, usually ladies, tell me that, well, that's generous. And I feel like maybe a man wrote that statistic. But if it is as low or even lower than 60%, right, that means that we need some more effective affirmations for our orgasms. So like maybe a more effective affirmation could be something like this condom is unbreakable. Or maybe something like oh, it feels like you're filling my pay gap. Or maybe something like, oh, I feel so safe with you. Hashtag not all men. 60%, right? Another 60% statistic, actually, is that 60% of all women who are murdered by men who are their lovers or ex-lovers. How cool is that? How cool is no? Like in that, like that means that being a hetero woman is legitimately some very risky fun. like we're so wild, right? Like we're so crazy, right? Like it means that when we choose to have sex, it's like playing Russian roulette. Right? Because we put the bullet in our chamber, we take it for a spin, and there's this small chance we're gonna come. And there's a small chance we're gonna die. It's just like, come or die. Like, come or die. And I think this is why I personally suck dick like my life depends on it. I'll take you to heaven if you let me stay on earth. A little dark, guys, a little dark, but you stayed with it, thank you. We do need to talk about femicide just a little bit, and the orgasm gap. Now, to close out, I want to share something that I did that any sexuality can do, any gender, whatever. Something that I did that I always dreamed of as a little girl. I got peed on. I'm joking, I never dreamt of that. I didn't even make the suggestion. Okay, now how kinky are we as an audience? Doesn't matter, I'm going to do the bit anyway. Okay, so getting peed on, right? Like, obviously, like, you know, enough time in Berlin, you're going to get asked. It's part of the, you know, it's one of the stamps in the passport. And And so when it was suggested to me getting peed on, like it wasn't my idea, no kink shaming, but I was like, wow, getting peed on, okay, that, as far as perversions go, right, like getting peed on, that predates history. Like even our cave people ancestors could pee on each other. So I was like, getting peed on, I'm going to be able to connect with my ancestors. Some of you are with me. Okay. So I got peed on my face, in my mouth, as my ancestors watched down with understanding nods of recognition. Okay, they were with me, and telling people this. A lot of people have asked me. They've been like, you know, people like my mum. They're like, wow, Anna, like, you know, was it hot? And I'm like, you know what, hot? I would say it was definitely warm. You know, like 37 degrees. Just 37 degrees. And the thing is, in my head, I thought it was going to be refreshing, right? The image in my head, I was going to be like, right? Like, yeah. But it was just like an ordinary shower in temperature. Golden shower, orange if they're dehydrated, red if they're unwell. But what's exciting about me having been peed on is that I got to taste pee again, right? Because we all tasted pee as kids. Yeah, okay, I love it. There's always one person in the room that's like, yeah. Okay, so if for people who are lying, you know, as a kid, I definitely tasted pee because, you know, it looks like apple juice, you know, bottoms up. Also, there's the opportunity of tasting pee when you go camping. I'm from Australia, so like, there's the, you know, you can buy those straws when you go out camping so you can drink your own pee because they filter out the bacteria. Not the taste. They're called life straws if you want to check them out. But look, so whether or not you've tried pee, like, it's exciting for me that I've tried pee again because it means that now when I go out for dinner with my mum and she says, Anna, this wine tastes like piss, I can say, actually, it's not nearly warm enough. But how's the clarity? But ending on a super sex positive note, have you guys all been STD tested recently? Anyone been STD tested recently? Woo! All right, just one person. Okay. I feel like everyone else maybe isn't getting sex. Right? What a bitch! Or getting very regular sex with one partner. Well done, you. So I'll let you know on a very sex positive, body positive note. I've actually had chlamydia so many times that, yeah, that's it. No, hold on. I've had chlamydia so many times. I actually now know how to spell it. So it goes CHLAMY. Do I fuck DJs? It is an illness. No, guys, I've had chlamydia so many times. I don't call it the clap. I call it applause. And there's usually one German fact checker who's like, that is gonorrhea. Is gonorrhea the clap or is it chlamydia? Anyone know? No? It doesn't matter. I've had both. So on that note, guys, this has been Creampie Clarity. You've been fucking amazing. Thank you so much and good night. Thank you. Oh my God, that was so much fun, dude. That was such a good one.